KHD is a national hero in Indonesia and is often seen as a pioneer of education. But who was he? What has he done to earn such a title? And why is it important today? Join us now to a journey about Ki Hajar Dewantara. Long time ago, on 2nd of May 1889, KHD was born. Thanks to his family Priyayi background, Javanese nobility, he was able to access colonial public education, a luxury that was unattainable by most of the common population in the Indies.
Go to school now, don't forget your lunch.
Thanks, bye mom.
Bye.
He graduated from basic education in ELS, a Dutch primary school. Then he continued his study at Stovia, a medical school for native students. However, he failed to graduate because of his illness.
Oh dear, I think the sickness is getting into me. At this point, I don't think I can treat people anymore.
Later, KHD, real name being Suwardi, worked as a journalist and wrote for many newspapers such as Sediotomo, Minajava, and The Express, to name a few. He was also a contributor to Kebangunan, a nationalist newspaper owned by the Dutch-educated jurist and politician Pan Long Yi. During Suwardi's career in printed media, he was considered a talented and accomplished writer. His style of writing is popular, communicative, and yet imbued with idealism for freedom and anti-colonialist sentiment. However, one day, the Dutch East Indies government sought to collect money to fund their anniversary celebration, and something terrible happened.
Excuse me, what's the meaning of this? What do you mean? This is simply unacceptable. Are you telling us to pay for your anniversary?
Well, yes, of course. You're part of our society too, right? So it only makes sense.
No, it doesn't. How dare you?
Soon after this revelation, KHD began to write furiously regarding the unfair decision by the government. He began to write one of his most famous essays, which he would then publish in the local newspaper on 13th of July, 1913.
If I were a Dutchman, I would not celebrate an independence ceremony in the country where we ourselves are denied their rights of freedom.
July 1930. Ki Hajar Dewantara.
The speech, If I Were a Dutchman, ended up causing KHD to get exiled from mainland Indonesia to the Netherlands and Bangka Island by the Dutch East Indies government.
You don't belong here! Get out of the country!
Suwardi considered the idea of advancing science education for natives by obtaining the European Certificate, an educational diploma that later served as the basis for the educational institutions he would found, while in exile in the Netherlands with the Indonesian student organization Indische Vereniging. Suwardi was particularly interested in the theories of Western educational pioneers such as Froebel and Montessori. These underlying influences helped Suwardi come up with the concepts for his unique educational system. During the 15th of November 1913 celebration of the Kingdom of the Netherlands' independence, Ki Hajar Dewantara's radical soul was made more apparent. In March 1913, the Indische Partij was dissolved. In September 1919, Suwardi returned home to Java. He immediately joined his brother in establishing a school in his native hometown. His educational background and his teaching experiences proved to be useful to develop his concept for teaching in school, as he founded the Nationaal Onderwijs Instituut Ampel, also known as the National College. Education at that time was not made available for native commoners, so in July 1922, Suwardi established the Taman Siswa School in Jogja, a Javanese educational movement that strove to provide education for the native population.
Good morning, students.
Good morning, KHD.
So today we'll be learning about basic mathematics. So first question, what is 5 times 7?
35.
Seems a bit too simple. Now let's try something more complex. Now differentiate this.
Oh no!
What's wrong?
That's too easy, KHD.
Bruh.
He got appreciation as Bapak Pendidikan Indonesia because of his ideas in the world of education. His opinions were modern, although he lived in colonial times, difficult times. He always thought that everybody had the right to get an education. He was also chosen as Minister of Indonesian Education under President Sukarno's administration. Ki Hajar Dewantara also left behind several mottos that are quite well known in Indonesian education. Those are Ing Ngarso Sung Tulada, Ing Madya Mangun Karsa, dan Tut Wuri Handayani. Ing Ngarso Sung Tulada means those in front must be role models for those behind them. Ing Madya Mangun Karsa means that those in the middle must build or give enthusiasm, will, or intention to those in front and behind. Tut Wuri Handayani means the one behind must encourage those in front. From his story, we can take that anyone can become a teacher and every home can become a school. That means education can be done anywhere, anytime, and by anyone. Education is so important and nothing should get in the way of it. It is possible no matter the circumstances.